USA and Russia may not be in the final dance, but bronze is on the line at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. Next. Welcome to the Alberta capital. Team USA, Team Russia at the 2018 Hlinka Gretzky Cup with the bronze medal on the line after 4 great days of action down to the final 4 teams in the Cup. But this afternoon, USA versus Russia with a bronze medal on the line. Time to head to the broadcast booth and join the men with the call now, Gord Miller and Craig Button.
Yeah, Ryan, that was a bitter, bitter loss for Team USA last night. Now you got to regroup less than a day later and play the team that beat you 8-3 on Wednesday. The good news for the U.S. is played a great game against Canada, led it 4 times and had some high-end skill.
Yeah, they really did, and just, you know, you consider how they rebounded from that call, and then they came out in the overtime. So if that's any indication of the resiliency, I think they're going to come out and be just fine. And you talk about the skill, Gord. I mean, Nicholas Robertson was lights out, brilliant. I mean, Aaron Hoogland with the lacrosse-type goal, but Nicholas Robertson, he ends up with the hat trick, and he was so good around the net and the ability to score and put the puck into the spots that he wanted to. He had a lot of dangerous moments throughout the game, and when you consider the quickness in which he plays, I mean, that's one of the areas that the U.S., not him, but everybody on that forward group, they really used it to their advantage to really back up the Canadian defense. That's what they're going to have to do here against the Russians in this bronze medal game.
Another player to keep an eye on is Robert Mastrosimone on right wing on the top line. He's got 3 goals in 4 games. Mitchell Miller has been their leader on defense. Derek Mulhay will start in goal for the Americans. He was the losing goaltender on Wednesday, giving up all 8 goals against Russia. Meantime, for the Russians, you got to talk about Vasily Podkolzin, who was, again, brilliant last night.
Yeah, he was. And, you know, when the game gets into its hard moments, its challenging moments, those moments when you see you need somebody to rise up and take control of the game, Vasily Podkolzin is that player. He's their captain. He's their top offensive player. He's determined. He's skilled. And, I mean, this is late in the game, and he just decides, I'm going to take this end to end. It was a brilliant, brilliant play. And you thought for sure that Russia and Sweden were headed to overtime. It wasn't for any lack of effort or ability on the part of Podkolzin.
So Podkolzin leads the tournament in goal scoring. Oleg Zaitsev draws back into the lineup, did not play yesterday. He's going to Red Deer, the Western League, this coming season. Ilya Mironov on defense plays a ton of minutes for them, and Askarov is back in goal for the Russians. So time to regroup today, and there's an old saying in the sport, doesn't matter if it's the playoffs, the regular season, or a tournament, way better to win your last game than to lose it. Ryan? Welcome back to Edmonton, the final day of the 2018 Hlinka Gretzky Cup for under 18 players born in 2001 or later. Team USA will have Derek Mulhay in goal. Went to the Dexter School in Michigan, previously at Shattuck St. Mary's. Eligible for the 2019 draft. He's heading to Harvard in the fall of 2020. And for the Russians, 16-year-old Yaroslav Askarov, born in 2002, eligible for the 2020 draft, played last year with a St. Petersburg under-16 team. He allowed 2 goals on 19 shots in the loss to Sweden in the semifinal. Vladimir Filatov, the head coach of the Russian team, and Corey Leyland, who has been tasked with the responsibility of trying to get his American team to bounce back after a bitterly disappointing loss in the semifinals last night to Canada. The captain, John Farinacci, takes the face-off at center ice. Farinacci was classy to the officials after the game, understood that there was not video review in play in this tournament, but still, the tournament run by the IIHF. So this is not their national team development program, as Leachov works in and shoots, and just missed high.
Those 2 guys last year were pretty good, but it kind of spoke to the average.
Mancinelli winds in. Hughlin with a chance, a backhand shot goes high and wide. Aaron Hughlin scored a lacrosse-style goal last night in the game against Canada as Colangelo comes in. And the poke check try by Askarov almost went off Colangelo and in. There's clocks in the corner of 2 of the 4 corners. The NHL is trying this out to see if this might assist players and coaches. So these are the corners that face the benches. In addition, a rule adjustment they're trying here. When you're awarded a power play, you can select a side you want the face-off to start it in the offensive zone. Cade Weber from Meadville, Pennsylvania. Played for the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins AAA team, coached by Mark Recchi there. Chipped across, in comes Abramov, walks right in. Abramov, the backhand shot, and Mulhay gets a stick on that to knock it away. Now Abramov In behind the goal for Liachov. The centering pass bounced back. Great chance there. And the hard shot by Beachcomb turned away by Malahi. And Derek Malahi's having a strong afternoon so far in the U.S. goal.
Salary cap considerations.
Long shooting.
I think the ability, I think that team became a team that said, you're our guys, get after it. I talked to Jay Beagle about that, and he said, yep, it was up to us. Boy,
Fires
they take advantage.
And you think about, they got a goalie, Samsonov coming. They drafted in 2015. As that shot is turned away by Askarov.
Well, the timing might be absolutely perfect.
And now walk in, Gudik with a chance. Feeds it back across. What a save by Mulcahy. Point blank on Nikolaev. And a penalty coming. A hooking call will go against Team USA. And the Russians will go to the power play shortly after they nearly open the scoring.
What a pass by Gudik, and a real good play by Nikolaev, but
Master Simone got a stick on him.
Yeah, well, that's the penalty, but Mulcahy, what a save with that right pad, getting right over that push just off the skate. Excellent play.
So Nikolaev will stay up for the face-off. But Cole's on the trigger man on the right side. And now Toporowski will have to take the draw. And the Russians control it. Gudik with a long shot, the deflected wide, and now Nikolaev picks it up in the corner. Nikolaev works back in front. Malahi stops that. Backdoor pass, and Podkolzin ripped that wide on the feed from Gudik. They had the guy they wanted right where they wanted him, and he pounded it wide. And now, another penalty coming. Toporowski took down Mironov. So the Russians are about to go 5-on-3 here for 1 minute and 31 seconds. Toporowski will get it for the trip.
Toporowski trying to put some pressure on the penalty kill. Gets a stick in on the feet of Mironov. Takes him down. And then this is the chance by Podkolzin. Kind of gets a little bit back on the heel of his stick. Not perfectly in his wheelhouse.
So 5-on-3 now for the Russians. They take Podkolzin off. Abramov will step in with the face-off. Wins it cleanly. Back to Gushin. Gushin across for Beachcomb, who loves to shoot it. Beachcomb down to Abramov. Gushin. Beachcomb. Gushin. And shoots. He whistled that short side. Liachov. Back to Beachcomb. Takes the return pass. Wasn't where he wanted to shoot it. And now Gushin back with it. Feeds it back to Beachcomb. Now he winds and shoots. He makes the save, and the rebound sent back down the ice. And still not going to stick on that. In come the Russians again. 4 wide. Brought in now by Abramov. Sends it back across. That's pounded wide the other side by Gushin. Loose puck still in front. They score. Liachov on the rebound. Russia leads 1-0 and will still have time on the power play.
Well, it's interesting. The Russians had some great chances, and then the puck just kind of squirts out to Liachov to the right of Mulcahy. He's got the whole net to work with. Some great chances. They catch him on a line change. And this is where the first real good chance comes across. Shoots it over the net, and then as the puck skips off the leg of Mitch Miller of the U.S. right there, on not Miller, on Farinacci, excuse me.
So Liachov, who's heading to Gatineau in the Quebec League, had a goal and 3 assists against the United States in the round-robin game. And now still in the power play for 1 minute. 3 shots on goal in that 5-on-3, and here they come again. So a chance to break things open here. Nikolaev with Podkolzin, who's back out there. Mironov beats it back across to Gudik. Gudik crossing goes to Podkolzin. Couldn't handle that pass from Nikolaev. And now Podkolzin works his way in. Swings the rink wide for Gudik. Gudik back across. Podkolzin scores! Didn't miss that time. Power play goal. 2-0 Team USA.
Podkolzin makes a backhand pass across to Gudik. his ability to open up lanes by moving his hands to take defenders out of their position and opening up the lane. As he comes down here, you're going to see him on the back, and he just kind of opens it up across, and then he receives it, and he makes no mistake just jumping in behind Mike Kuster, the U.S. defenseman.
42 seconds apart of the goals, but Colson has scored in every game for the Russians. That caught with their right hand. Robertson pulls it in. He was poke checked by Gushin. And away comes Daniel Gushin, shorthanded. Gushin works in, gets loose, poke check there by Malahi. And picked up now by Nodler. Nodler's going to Michigan State in 2020. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. These guys know where they're going to college in 2020. Now a breakaway shorthanded for Gushin. Gushin works in, shoots, and Malahi makes the stop on that. So keep that in mind. Later on, if the U.S. gets it close, a huge save there by Malahi on the shorthanded breakaway by Gushin. Robertson winds in, sends it back in front of backhand shot. What a chance there for Kaliev. And the save made by Askarov. So great saves at both ends of the ring. 15 seconds left in the American power play.
Gushin, he's in shorthanded, being chased by Nodler. Just doesn't open up Malahi enough. But then how about this play by Nick Robertson? Shifts, holds the puck, a little look off. He makes a very nice play to find Kaliev.
During the lockout in 2013, Northville had some pretty good coaching. Mike Babcock lives there, coaching his kids' team. That'll be a trip, huh? Now brought in by Gretzky, a chance, shoots at the goalpost. Right off the pipe. And now back at the point is Spiridonov. He shoots and dribbles down to the side of the goal as Farinacci works in. Farinacci swings that back. The pass poked ahead by Podkolzin. And now Podkolzin sweeps another shorthanded chance now for Nikolaev. In comes Nikolaev and stopped there by Malahi. Nikolaev thought he got hooked from behind there by Master Simoni. Another good short-handed chance for the Russians, and here they come again. Nikolaev works in, and that time Farinacci comes back and knocks that away. Another good defensive play by Farinacci, but once again, the Americans give up a short-handed chance.
Play at that level and play really good, but if you don't have the requisite height.
Got to have the good tallness. 6'2". Miller plays it back to Robertson. A hard shot. Askarov fights that off and knocks the rebound away. Loose puck picked up by Gushin, who's had some shorthanded chances here this afternoon. Takes that pass from Spiridonov. Poked away by Robertson. Chips it back to center ice. And Spiridonov wheels it back down to the American zone. A minute to go in this power play. 2.5 gone in the third period. Later tonight, Canada takes on Sweden for the gold medal here. Canada's won 9 of the last 10 Hlinka tournament. The only country to break that run, Sweden, back in 2007. Miller to Robertson, works it and fires. He whistles that wide. Nodler plays it back to Miller. To Nodler. Again, lots of traffic. Nodler swings that rink wide. Robertson throws it back in front. Had a great chance there for Kaliev. Turned away again by Askarov. Now a centering pass. Kaliev again. That time his stick was lifted by Gushin, and the Russians clear it down the ice.
Askarov again. The U.S. have had some excellent chances on this power play, but Askarov has kept them off the score sheet.
Farinacci now works it in. Farinacci a wraparound try. That stopped. And now Farinacci, another chance, scores! Farinacci, power play goal with 2 seconds left in the man advantage. And the United States is back in it, down 2-1.
I guess if you stay with it long enough, some point in time you have to feel that you're going to get rewarded. And certainly for John Farinacci, who's had some good looks and some good opportunities, but this is off the entry. He receives that pass in full motion, then again, kind of kicks right to him in one motion. He gets that up over the right shoulder of Askarov. There it is, it just kicks to him and he's ready for it. Makes no mistake about it.
That was the 7th shot of that power play for Team USA. Here you go, down 2-1 early in the third. Remember, the Americans erased a 3-0 deficit against the Russians in the round-robin game. Tied up at 3 before the Russians pulled away with some power play goals to make it 8-3. So now some new life for Team USA, trying to bounce back from that devastating loss last night. Cade Weber down to Toporowski. Luke Toporowski plays it around for Josh Kroll. He turned 17 on Thursday. There's a high stick from Toporowski. He's going to get his second minor penalty of the game. He was in the box for a Russian goal earlier.
Toporowski's trying to get under the stick of Mironov, but he's not able to do it, and then the stick comes right up underneath, and that's the high sticking penalty. He's trying to get underneath the stick and not able to do it. So after getting on the scoreboard, they're going to have to kill a penalty here.
Yeah, Russians are 2 for 3 on the power play. 7 shots total. 1 goal and a 5-on-3. And then 49 seconds later, again on the power play. Beachcomb is the trigger man back at the point. Latch up. Played back across for Gushin. And now Beachcomb able to hold the line. Back in the corner for Abramov. Abramov swings it back for Gushin. Gushin along a wrist shot. Malahi knocks that down. In the feet of Mitch Miller, and at the line, Beachcomb can't hold it this time. Beachcomb swings away from Nodler. Timulin. Rink wide for Abramov. Abramov swings it back for Gushin. And now Gushin swings it back to Mironov. Bouncing puck at the side of the goal, still loose, picked up, and away comes Josh Kroll, one-on-one with Mironov. Kroll comes steaming in, and Mironov sweeps that away. Mironov, a 2019 draft eligible. Where do you have him?
He's a first-round pick. As you pointed out earlier, he's big, he can stick. You know, having watched him last year at the World Under-17 Challenge, he wanted to try to be that defenseman that was everywhere all over the ice, but he's really settled down in his game, and good defender, moves the puck, plays on the power play.
Now streaking in is Nikolaev. He was poke check. And off the rebound, score! Fired home by guess who? Vasily Podkolzin. Another power play goal. He's filled the net here in Alberta.
Wow. He gets that pass and he gets pointed right to the net. And Mulcahy has no chance. I mean, this puck is buried quickly. The entry, and as they try to clear it, Weber doesn't clear it. Gudic makes a real good play. And there it is. This is, oh, what a shot. There's not a lot of room there. Yep, 7 goals for the tournament now.
Toporowski spins back. Luke Toporowski centers it. Grohl with a chance there. His shot was blocked by Sidov. Interesting that Sidov and Sergei Alimov played together in Denver in midget hockey last year and are both going to play for Regina in the Western League, so they'll have some company. And now some pushing and shoving breaks out as Toporowski's in the middle of it.
Well, this certainly wouldn't qualify as a good play by Luke Toporowski. Got to avoid the goaltender. He catches it, and it comes through there, and now he's going to serve 2 minutes. And we saw what happened on the previous penalty he took on the unintentional high stick. And with 8:34 left in the third period, you're down by 2. You don't want to have to expend minutes killing a penalty. And certainly if the Russians get another one, it's turn out the lights, the party's over, as Dandy Don Meredith used to say.
Third straight minor penalty taken by Toporowski in the game. And the Russian power play goes to work. Beachcomb plays it back ahead. Now fired back down by Team USA. Beachcomb from Yaroslavl, split last year between the under-17 team in Yaroslavl and their MHL team. The MHL is the junior league that Vladislav Tretiak really pushed to start to keep Russian players at home. It took a while to get its feet under it, but it's become more popular there and an important part now of the Russian development system. Each of the KHL teams has an MHL team. The centering pass knocked away by Mohe.
So you're still within the system with an opportunity to maybe play up if you need, as you point out, in the VHL, which is the minor league. The
second league. So what quite often happens with Russian 19-year-olds, they'll split time between the KHL, the VHL, and the MHL. They'll play for the big team, the minor league team, and the junior team all in 1 year.
And the Russian system is actually pretty good because they don't have to leave the organization that they're part of for the most part.
A lot of them play at home. Now, once they get really good, they wind up in St. Petersburg or Moscow. That shot whistled high and wide by Nikolaev. In the corner is Gudik. And now banked off the glass and down the ice by Jackson Judik. From Savage, Minnesota, he's headed to Colorado College in 2020. The Miners? What they are, the Colorado College Miners?
I think they're the Tigers.
The Tigers?
Tigers,
okay.
Yeah, the Colorado College Tigers.
Now Mironov with a hard shot. He whistled that wide.
That's in Colorado Springs, the home of USA Hockey headquarters.
And now another penalty coming with 6:28 to go as Tom Borowski steps out. Interference will be the call here. I think it's going to. That's going against Russia's Nikita Sidov.
Good play by Master Simone. He chips the puck behind Sidov, and that's interference. So now here's the U.S. now kill the penalty successfully. Now they have another opportunity to narrow the score by 1.
Team Russia penalty to number 2.
So Mitch Miller on the power play. 6.5 to go here in the period. U.S. kills one off by Russia. Now gets a chance to draw back within 1.
2 minutes for interference at 13:30.
Robertson across the middle, long wrist shot that was tipped in front by Manzanelli. Wraparound try around the pen to score. Tapped home by Arthur Kaliev, and with 6:07 to go, the power play goal draws Team USA back within 1.
Kaliev really stayed with it. He had an opportunity, and then as Askarov was trying to corral the puck, Kaliev was able to poke it again. Here it is, the first poke, and then he just gives it enough. Here it is coming from below the goal line. The first, and then he just nudges it on the backhand. A really good play. You'll see it here. Good 1-2. And as Askarov is trying to corral it, he's not able to get it cleanly, and just enough for Kaliev to get it between his legs.
So 4 goals, all 5 goals in the game scored in the power play. 1 of the 5-on-3, 4 of them 5-on-4. Podkolzin, who scored twice in the game, comes busting in, moves in, and scores! What a goal by Vasily Podkolzin! And he has become the dominant player at this under-18.
He just, I mean, outside the blue line, he's trying to get checked, and his hands are so strong on the puck that they just can't get the puck from him, and he's at the same time fully aware of where there might be an opening. So here he is in his own zone. He moves up through the middle of the ice, but here they are on his hands, but he's stronger, maneuvers the puck, and then just brilliance.
22 seconds after the United States scored to draw within 1, Podkolzin gets his hat-trick goal, his 8th in 5 games.
Team Russia goal scored by number 19, Vasily.
Score of an end-to-end dash yet for Canada. A number of players have been real good. Luke Raymond for Sweden, we'll see him in the gold medal game later, has been great as well, but pretty tough to top what Podkolzin's done here.
Pretty impressive.
And now a penalty coming to the Russians again. It'll be Abramov who goes off. 4:35 to go here in the third period. Vasily Podkolzin. Remember that name. You'll be hearing it quite likely for a long, long time. Referee wearing a camera with a microphone today, and here's a look and listen to some of what we've seen from it. And finally the penalty to Russia's number 9, Mikhail Abramov.
What a nice addition with that camera, that Nate cam, the on-ice camera. It's just so many different opportunities to view the game, no pun intended, through a different lens.
Robertson centers it, goes through the feet of Kaliev. So the United States needs one here to draw within one. Then you start thinking about the goalie out as Robertson works in, holds, feeds it down. Mancinelli back at the point for Miller. Robertson back to Miller, to Robertson. Nick Robertson swings back. And here's Miller back with it. 4 to go in the third period. Robertson winds in and shoots. That was blocked by Mironov and scooped up by Nikolaev. He'll feed it down to the American zone. Neither team won a medal at the Hlinka tournament a year ago as Baranacci works in. Drops it back for Kester. In comes Kester. Swings it back across for Master Simone to Baranacci. Kester. And Master Simone's shot was blocked, but that struck the knee of the Russian defender. And he is a check that. It was Chistikov who blocked that. He limps off. He got pushed off the ice by Kaniyev. Now a centering pass. Another chance now on the power play. Master Simone was taken down, so the Americans are going to have a 5-on-3 for 28 seconds as Master Simone was slashed by Podkolzin.
They could really get on it early in the first 28 seconds.
Right. Now here's the question. There's 3:03 to go in the period. Would you think about getting the goalie out once the 5-on-3's over to be 6-on-4?
No, I do it right now.
Do it now?
I do it 6-on-3 to make sure you can outman them 2-1 everywhere.
So the goal.
I want to get a goal here in 28 seconds.
So Malahi remains in the American goal. Patrick Waugh did this once with like 8 to go in the third period for a 6-on-3, and they scored. Kester back across to Robertson. 20 seconds to go in the first penalty. Master Simone around for Baranacci, back to Robertson. Kester with it now. Robertson works in, holds, feeds it down. Baranacci works it back in, and the stop made by Askarov. 5 seconds to go in the first penalty.
Askarov does such a good job of not opening up. He uses his size, he maintains his position, and he doesn't allow Baranacci to be able to maneuver the puck into a better scoring position. He just closes him right down. It's really steady, calm goaltending by Askarov.
Baranacci wins the faceoff. Boy, he took a ton of late draws against Canada in the semifinal game. Robertson works in. Has Rubin, shoots, scores! And Robertson scores as the first penalty had expired. I believe this will be a 5-on-4 goal. And so the United States will be back 5-on-5. So that came just as the first penalty had ended.
What a maneuver here by Robertson to shift. They win the faceoff though, Baranacci. You have to win the faceoff there, and they keep it in the offensive zone. So even though the Russian player is coming out of the penalty box, he's not a factor in the play. But the shift here, Robertson gives a little fake and then moves. He gets the defenseman, Vaschenko, right out of position, can't get into the blocking lane, or the shooting lane rather, to block it with 2:32 left.
So 6 of the 7 goals in the game are on the power play. 2.5 to go here in the third period. If that goal had come just a couple of seconds earlier, the United States would still be on the power play for a minute and a half. Now we'll keep an eye on Malahi, the American goal, to see when he comes out. And Mancinelli plays it around. Got to think we'll see Robertson, Master Simone and company on the next shift, as Colangelo works it in. And Vashchenko, the defenseman, lost his stick. Vashchenko still doesn't have a stick. And Colangelo's got the loose puck, centers it. Hughlin plays it back for Reed. In comes Reed with a shot, bouncing puck. Picked up now by Nikolaev. The nervous goal was there as Vashchenko was asking forward for a stick and couldn't get one. Puck pulls it. Up ahead for Nikolaev. Nikolaev spins in. Shoots, scores! Ilya Nikolaev gets loose, finds a sliver of room, and restores the Russians' 2-goal lead.
That is the dagger. Right there, right in that spot. Nikolaev just spins around. Gets into the zone, and then as he spins and turns, he holds the puck and finds it. Beats Malahi short side. Here's one spin around, and then as he turns back the other way between the legs, just staying right with the puck, staying strong on it, surrounded by U.S. players. I think the Russians know that that's a dagger as well.
The assist number 19, Vasily Vakolzin. Time 18 minutes, 22 seconds.
Now walking and firing is Hlinka Gretzky Cup, who puts that wide.
The assist Vakolzin.
So a heartbreaking loss to the Americans last night in the semifinal. As Kaliev came in, they bounced back, draw close to the Russians, scored twice in the power play in the second period, but in the end, a couple of 5-on-5 goals are the difference for the Russians.
Last minute of the play in the third period, brought to you by Apple Fitness Store.
The final minute now of the third period. And now sit down to the American zone as Malahi has gone to the bench for the extra skater, and the face-off will be back down to the Russian zone after the icing.
Nikolaev, as he enters the zone, watch here, you count the U.S. players, he's surrounded by 4, and he still finds a way to get the puck onto his stick and behind Malahi. Those are the ones on those types of goals when you go into your video sessions and the coach says, there was 4 of you around him. What were you each thinking?
So the Americans call timeout here. Getting set for the main event tonight, Canada against Sweden in the gold medal game. But this has been the Vasily Podkolzin show this afternoon.
Yeah, quickly getting in position behind Kester. And then this play with the puck coming, gets himself set, gets a look at it. Pinpoint shot, and then this is another end-to-end play by Podkolzin. I guess when you do it once, it's spectacular. When you do it a second time, it just becomes expected.
So Podkolzin with 8 goals to lead the tournament, twice as many as any other player. Now Kaliev has that knocked away. Miller trying to hold the line and does. Time winding down here as Farinacci has it back. And that's batted off the glass by Spiridonov, who I'm going to guess has never played baseball, but did a pretty good job there.
The World Junior A Challenge, which is a tournament, it's going to be in Bonneville.
And now a chance on the post, score! 17 seconds left. And Nodler pokes it home. It's 5-4.
No quit in the USA. Find a way to get the loose puck, stay on it. Now they're looking for some seconds to go back on the clock. good entry into the zone and staying on the puck. And again, right into the middle of the ice. And you see Nodler just turn around Miller. It gets blocked, but Nodler finds it, sweeps it around off the post.
So the puck crosses the line with 18-6. It's at 17-3 now.
Well, they very well can't go and use video review now.
No. So the net remains empty. Here they come again with a chance to tie it. Kaliev has it knocked away, kept alive with the line by Miller. Time winding down now. In the corner, moved down the ice by Knyazev. And they'll call that icing, even though Nikolaev was streaking in behind Robertson. So the face-off with 3 seconds to go. We'll be back in the Russian zone. That looked like Knyazev had won that race.
Well, Robertson stopped skating, and the officials are going to confer here, and I don't think there's any question that they're going to confer, and that face-off will not be in the Russian zone.
Because clearly, Nikolaev had the edge.
Always good, confer. I think they will come to the conclusion that it wasn't icing.
We will stay for the presentation of the bronze medal game, or the bronze medals rather, after this game is over.
So I was talking about the World Junior A Challenge, which is going to be in Bonneville, Alberta for the second time in 3 years. This Russian team, they participate in that tournament.
They bring a team with it.
Yeah. So this is the team that would go and participate at the World Junior A Challenge, or the large portion of it.
Send your buddy over so we can abuse him. Hey, come and apologize.
Seven goals scored in the third period. The last 5 of them scored in less than 6 minutes. And the Russians will take the bronze medal here in Edmonton. The United States will be 4th.
At the outset of this game, Gord, you said you always want to try to finish it off by winning your last game.
It doesn't matter if it's the end of the regular season, you're out of the playoffs. Obviously, the playoffs matter tournament. Win your last game if you can. The Russians do that as they take it 5-4.
Well, nice celebration and a team photo for Team Russia. A bronze medal game victory over the United States. 5-4 the final score. Outshot them 35-30. Vasily Podkolzin absolutely dominant once again. A hat-trick game for the young Russian sniper. As you can see, Russia takes the bronze medal game, and tonight the big matchup between Canada and Sweden in the gold medal game. So go grab a quick bite of food, then come right back to your TV, because we have all the action for you. Sweden versus Canada, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific time on TSN2. Well, Team United States had some adversity to try and work their way through after a disappointing loss in the semifinals, but they showed well for themselves. A lot of class by the U.S. They didn't complain and they didn't go away in this game, but the Russians and their offense simply too much. Bronze medal winners here at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup.